I paint goalie masks for the NHL. So, well, pretty much anybody from NCAA all the way up to the NHL. Well, I've always been a hockey fan. I grew up in Chicago. I was a Hawks fan, and I started painting about 25-something years ago. And I kind of was doing a little bit of everything: motorcycles, cars, T-shirts, and you name it. And I just kind of brainstormed, and I thought about it. I'm like, I've always loved hockey, and I've always loved, the goalies and their masks and stuff, and I'm a painter. I'm like, what if I can get into doing some of that? I got my lucky break. One of the equipment guys that at one of the sporting good places that I used to do a lot of work with, got hired on as an assistant equipment manager for the St. Louis Blues. All for it, and so he gave me a call. I went over to met with Brian Elliott at the Blues locker room at their training camp, and he gave me the shot. I did a mask for him, and then he loved it so much. Yarrow Halak, he was the goalie. He was the starting goalie at the time. He wanted me to repaint some stuff on his mask, and
is it pretty cool to be watching the game and see some of your work while the goalies are working? And
oh yeah, it's really neat. From my standpoint, when I'm watching the games and I see the masks, I study the masks because people are like, why do you study the mask? I want to learn what angles, when they're moving from the TV screen to the cameras, what brings out the design the best from the camera view on the TV. People are like, you're weird. I'm like, I think it's weird stuff like that. But yeah, it's really fun. It's fun watching it, and then your relatives and my parents and stuff. They get a kick out of it. And be like, hey, they get to do a little bragging and hey, look what my son did. And so it's neat.